Hello everyone! Welcome to our course orientation for HIUS108B, Native American History 2. So I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of how I've organized the course on Canvas, and this is just for reference if you ever need help finding anything or if you are unable to come to the first couple classes and are wondering where everything is. So when you log into our course on Canvas, you'll come to this homepage, and this is where I'll have basically a landing page for all of the important information. Each week I will post a short video for the week, basically saying what we're going to be doing, welcome, give you some important reminders if there's anything upcoming that's due. Then I'll have links to both for the module for that week. So for week 0, I also have week 1's module since week 0 is so short. I'll have upcoming reminders with due dates for any assignments that are coming up. This orientation video will live right here, and then a PDF of the syllabus, as well as a link to access the syllabus on Canvas, and then all my contact information. So I have my student hours, my email, Twitter, and a link to my website if you are interested. Now on this left-hand side, the course navigation menu, you'll also see a couple of important links. So the syllabus has our entire course schedule. With all of the, this is basically the, I'll give you a PDF file of the syllabus, but this is just its format online. And then it also will populate all of the due dates as the assignments are created and posted to Canvas. If you click on this link, you'll be taken to the UCSD podcast site where you can access the course podcast since every class will be recorded. This link will actually launch Zoom and take you right into my virtual student hours, which are going to be held Thursdays from 1 to 2. And I'll also be holding student hours in person on Mondays. Can't remember. Let me look at my homepage. Yep, Mondays, 9:45 to 10:45, so right before our class. There's also a handy link to a page related to the ungrading policy in this class. And if you don't know what that is yet, I will be going over that in much more detail in the first day of week 1. And then a link to our class group on hypothesis, which I'll also be going into more detail in week 1. So I'll just show you the modules. Okay, so available right now is week 0 and week 1 module. You'll always have a little start page that gives you an overview of what's coming up for that week. This week 0 one is pretty short, and we'll also have handy links to all the things that you'll need. So week 0 module, actually you just have a few random sort of introductory things, set up tasks. I have a little introduction about my teaching philosophy, and then you'll also have links to the Padlets that are linked to each day of discussion. Now I'll show you week 1's because that'll look like the modules going forward. So you have the Start Here page, then each day has its own subheading, and then you'll have the link to the reading for that day, the discussion Padlet, which looks like this, basically a blank board right now, but it will have links to all of the questions that I'll be asking for that day's discussion. So we'll administer polls and word clouds and interesting discussion questions. They will be posted on the Padlet, so if you aren't able to come to class, you can still fully participate in the discussion asynchronously online. And if you are able to come to class and didn't get a chance to voice your opinion on a particular question, you can always go to the discussion Padlet and weigh in. And I will be going over Padlet in much more detail next week and giving you an opportunity to play around with creating a post and making sure that you get the hang of this tool. It's pretty user-friendly and it's very dynamic. I really like it. Now, each module will also usually have a link to the Google Slides that I'll be using for that day. I'll post those before class, so you'll have access to them if you want to follow along with me during the lecture discussion. And then, of course, the readings. So I'll show you what the readings look like. Basically linked to an external URL. You'll be asked to open it in a new window. And we're doing, the readings that we're doing online, we'll be using this collaborative annotation tool called Hypothesis. And, ooh, that looks very strange. You'll have a chance to try it out and make sure that everything works right. There we go. Our first class period of week 1, so Monday. But this is what it looks like. You'll have, the readings that come up and then this handy comment pane That's all of the annotations that you'll see, and I'll be going over that with you, how you set it up, how you annotate, how you engage further. But everything is just available for you in Canvas. So the module page is really where your sort of home base is for that week, and just go in order and everything will be laid out pretty organized. The last thing that will be in each module is the class participation declaration, and I'll be going over what this is in more detail as well. But basically this is where you declare that you participated this week, and then your points will show up in the gradebook. So it's also a handy place to make sure if you are doubting whether or not you have everything done. If you weren't able to come to class and you haven't heard my constant reminders, you can always go to the class participation declaration first to see that sort of checklist to make sure that you've done everything. Okay, now I think that's pretty much it for organization and introduction to the class format. Please reach out to me if you have any questions about this video, and I'll have lots and lots of opportunities to share the class organization and more about me and the content as we move into week 0 and week 1. But welcome everyone, and glad to have you. Thanks. Bye.